Whenever life throws challenges to you, never ever give up. And here is a short story, Fight Manju Fight, which is written by Sigrun Srivastav, and it is quite inspiring. And the protagonist of this story is a 13-year-old girl, Manjula Parelkar. She belongs to a middle class family where father means Mr. Parelkar, Manjula's father, has to adjust everything, means all the expenses very decisively, means he has to think before spending money on any item, on anything. So Manjula, she is a girl with deformed fingers and toes, and she has to face challenges, so many challenges, because she is not physically fit. That's why she has to face so many problems, so much embarrassment every day in everything, because she has malformed fingers, malformed toes, and she just feels embarrassed in front of others. And despite those physical challenges and financial constraint in her family, she wants to become a good painter in life, and she thinks it is a very good hobby, and she has a hope that she could definitely improve in this field. In this, her mother is very supportive. She wants that she should excel in the field of painting, whereas father, Mr. Parelkar, doesn't want that Manjula should do painting, because he is afraid that so much money will have to be spent on buying things which are required for painting, such as paint brushes, watercolors, special drawing sheets, etc., etc. And day by day all those things would be required, and he would have to spend much money on that. He doesn't want to spend money, and he says that it is just a dumb thing. Painting is a dumb thing, and he doesn't want to spend any money on that. It is just a wastage of money. Rather, he suggests that Manjula should learn useful work, kitchen work, stitching, etc. But Manjula gets very much depressed when she hears these words from her father, and she also resolves that she would leave painting. Rather, she would learn kitchen work, means cooking, then doing household work. She wanted to do that. She wanted to leave her painting hobby. And mother one day observed that Manjula was not taking any interest in painting. She had left painting, but she inspired her to continue painting, whereas Manjula was waiting for only one word of consent from her father, which she did not get at all, because of which she was so desperate and she was so much disappointed, and she didn't want to continue painting. But one day she heard from her brother Amol that there was an on-the-spot competition going to be held in his school in the month of November, and if Manjula had participated in that competition, she could have bagged the first prize. Even after saying so, Manjula couldn't get any encouragement, because she was so much in expectation of a consent from her father's side, but that didn't happen, and she didn't think of participating in the competition. But one day what happened, she was just lying on her bed, and she felt like crying, but she couldn't cry. She was having so much pain, so much anxiety in herself, but she couldn't let the tears come out of her eyes. But suddenly, when she sat on the bed, she found a paper clipping, a newspaper clipping, lying on the table near her bed, and then she just found the headlines written in bold letters, and it was about a soccer player, means it was about Rich Belanger, who played soccer with his artificial legs, and he had lost his legs in a train accident. This paper clipping was about this article, and when he went through the paper clipping, the newspaper clipping, Then she got inspiration from within herself, and she compared herself with Rich Belanga, who was a soccer player. If he could play football with his artificial legs, even after his family's disagreement, means some of his family members, basically his parents, were not interested to let him play football. Then also he succeeded in playing football. Then she encouraged all her spirits. She gathered all her spirits, and then she made up her mind to participate in the competition. But it was a secret that her brother didn't know. And on the day when competition was going to be held, his brother was leaving home, and he again asked his sister if she would have participated. It would be very nice. Then Manjula at that time let him know that she was going to participate and bag a prize in that competition. With that, his brother jumped in joy, and there was an atmosphere of joy and happiness in the house. And from this story, what you understand, the spirit comes from within. If you don't have that encouragement within yourself, nobody can create that within you. When Manjula decided, she made up her mind to continue painting. At that time only she could have that energy to do painting. Otherwise her mother and brother couldn't persuade her to do painting, to continue painting. And if you face challenges in life, life will definitely throw challenges to you, but we have to overcome all the shortcomings in life, and bravely we have to face all the difficulties, all the oddities in life. See, Manjula, being a physically handicapped girl with her deformed fingers and toes, she faced so many difficulties. Then also she didn't give up, and always have this spirit of not giving up in any situation. That will definitely take you to success.